Hello, hi everyone. It's the earlier stream just ended abruptly. I have absolutely no idea. In fact, I didn't even have an idea why did it end. So it's pretty shocking. I did not get any message here. So yeah, starting a new stream here. So very sorry for that. Whatever happened, but I did not click anything, so I have no idea what just happened. Yeah. Stream title wrong. Okay, I will edit it. 4. Okay, edited it. Well, in fact, I'm just completely in a shock because I was talking and talking, and in fact, I had no idea that the stream just got over. So I don't even know what happened, why it happened. Internet was there. Just shocking. Well, doesn't matter. Let's recover and let's go to the game. Praggnanandhaa versus Nihal. Prag has not accepted a draw. Prag is going to play. He is playing. The game is becoming super spicy. Queen f3, Queen c7. Nihal says, no, I'm not really scared. This is a bluff. It's an open file. There is no pinning idea. You don't really have any real thing to do on these squares. So no, I am very happy to put my queen on c7 and keep an eye on this knight and some tactical ideas related with the d4 pawn to keep this supported, this supported, and this supported. So nice move by Nihal, and Prag has gone queen h5. So he has been able to shift his queen from c4 to something like this, and it has taken a good place. Now white has few ideas. As we have seen, white could go f4 and completely start pressing on the king side. Those ideas exist. Also, at some point, knight c4 means he is attacking the a5 pawn with the queen and the knight both. So in general, Nihal must be very alert. Mustafa versus Gukesh. Yes. Okay, Mustafa versus Gukesh over here, which we have seen. Kahan ho, Sagar kahan hai? Sagar is at Phoenix Market City. There is a camp going on. Today we also have a club. It's all going interesting, and he will be joining us soon, most probably. After Bishop e2, after Queen c6, Queen g4 was played by Mustafa. Gukesh went rook d7, very calm move, just defending the f7 point. If you now look at Gukesh's position, everything is being saved, every single thing which was in a problem. If white tries to take a pawn like this, knight takes h7, it's not going to do any good, because just in general there is a huge compensation. But otherwise, black has moves like f5 firstly blocking this thing here, and ef6 will bring gf6 again, opening up the file, and it's going to be a monstrous attack. So Mustafa goes bishop e2. This is as if the attack never existed on the h7 point. He goes bishop e2. Clearly, actually it's a very interesting idea there. What he's intending, because is he intending bishop f3 here? Then the question comes, why not bishop e4? Why did he not play bishop e4 over here? Was he afraid of h5? Because that is definitely what Gukesh wants to do with h5. And if queen h4 is gone, then there is f6 attacking this knight. So all of this looks very tempting for black. If Mustafa went bishop e2, if same has been played h5, where is this queen going to go? Gukesh is going to get the attack faster than what white is going to get the attack on the king. It's a war, it's a race, and whose attack will emerge stronger is the main question. And I think it's going to be black's attack. Also, a prophylactic move in such a situation, generally after long castle. What is the prophylaxis which black tries to go for? Guys, what is the move, prophylactic move, which black generally inserts at the right time? If you guys play dragon from white, for against dragon, if you play Yugoslav attack, then you definitely would know it. Yes, the move Aniket, Stipo, Muhammad, Karthik is, you are right. This is the prophylactic move which king b8, which black will insert at the right time so as to not keep worrying about the c file and the pin down there. It's going to be a needed move at some point. So bishop e2, Gukesh is thinking, Praggnanandhaa has played queen h5. These two games we have seen Arvind versus Yu Yangi, it's equal and most probably it will end in a draw. Arjun's game, which was getting very spicy after queen h4, knight f4 happened, queen f4, and Aryan says, no, I am not keen on exchanging. He is not at all wanting to exchange, but most important thing is black has double bishops here. That is the reason maybe he avoided. He goes rook e3, and Arjun right now decides that no, I am not going to be clinging on the double bishop advantage. I want to get rid of this knight which is in the center, which is in my territory, and which is extremely annoying. I want to get rid of it. These little decisions of whether you can exchange this piece, this bishop, which looks कि आगे जाके कुछ करेगा, बट वो अभी बोल रहा है नहीं मैं अभी कुछ कर रहा हूँ, अभी करना है मुझे, आगे जाके नहीं. This is the right time. So he takes, bishop takes e5, good move. Imagine this is a pin here, you cannot take with the rook. D takes e5 has happened. Of course this pawn looks so deadly, it's a passer. e6 आ गया तो फिर गया. So definitely black must stop the pawn and Arjun develops bishop e6. But in all these exchanges and all these simplifications, what clarity we have reached is black has queen side majority and white has king side majority. So whose pawns can become either these two or these two? Whose pawns will become passer? That side is going to be crushing. So if white is not able to promote f4, f5, and if black is able to push his pawns, then it's going to be white who will be in trouble. So let's look at it. If both the players are able to play accurately, then the position is assessed as equal right now. Let's go to the next games. Narayanan was winning, and yes, he still has advantage. What about Setu Raman? Setu Raman has a great advantage. It's amazing the way he has converted it till here. Harsha Bharatakoti versus Aditya, they had a very interesting opening, but now it is white who is getting more and more space and his active pieces. So definitely this king is weaker. So Harsha has the advantage. In Vidit's game, Vidit had not gone for a draw, and this is the position. He has a passed pawn there. b6 is weak but very well blocked on this file there. So yes, it is interesting, though it says equal, anything can happen because white has a passed pawn and white has a weakness to attack. So this is interesting. In Ronak's game, which we were looking at, Ronak was black. Yes, Ronak has advantage, so he should be able to slowly convert the double bishop advantage. Leon as Leon is black and he has 24 minutes, so this time he is under control for time pressure. So bishop c1 has been played, and very quickly, what is black's threat? Guys, 10 people, very quickly, what is black's threat? 20 people, not 10. What is black's threat? Dhairya says, where is Sagar? Sagar is right now at Phoenix Market City. We have a chess camp over there. We also have a club there. So very interesting. All of the people in Mumbai, do drop in there. Is anybody there already by chance? Or happen to visit it? Our last stream got ended abruptly, so sorry for that. I had no idea what happened. Absolutely, I think it all got hanged and it just disappeared. I was talking and talking all alone. Looked like a mad girl. But yeah, the stream is back. I have scheduled a new stream. Absolutely. Where is Phoenix Mall? It's in Kurla in Mumbai. Do drop in there if you can. Yes, it's the back rank. So bishop c1 blocks the defense of this rook from e1, and rook e1 is the threat. So bishop c1 has been played by Leon against Mohammad Muradli, and white is thinking he will mostly make an escape square over there. By the way, today we also have Adiban as well playing. We will check his game out. Murli Karthikeyan has slight initiative, and most probably he should be able to convert this. Abhimanyu Puranik is playing against Van Forest's brother Lucas, who is almost having an Indian tournament, because I think he's playing with all the Indians, and it's pretty complicated with the pass pawn over here. So very interesting. Anything can happen, but Abhimanyu, I think earlier had some advantage. And Abhimanyu Mishra, there are two Abhimanyus, Puranik and Mishra. Abhimanyu Mishra is having this endgame, and it seems he is slowly able to actually convert his advantage to larger advantage, because there is a clear cut weakness there on f7, and he has a bishop. He has 4 pawns here, which gives a great shelter to the king. In some way, this king is going to be weaker than white's king, and this pawn is not so easy to just push because of the major pieces are very much on their toes, and the knight, if you see, is kind of right now dominated by the bishop. So in general, Abhimanyu has to convert this strategically. In Vidit we checked. So let's, right now the most important games are the Praggnanandhaa versus Nihal, Gukesh versus Mustafa, and these two are the most important. I think Arjun's game mostly will go towards a draw. In these games there are a lot of imbalances which are happening, and guys, today we have the video, do not miss that. Look at that, Praggnanandhaa is thinking he's almost going to make the move. Nihal played, actually after queen h5, Nihal played rook d8, rook c d1, and for b6, what did Prag play? What is the move which Prag? Oh, Prag played h4. A move, a question which was asked many days ago, long ago, that what is it that white has? If he has all his pieces placed very well, how can he still add to the pressure? And that move was h4, which is very important. And Praggnanandhaa has played it. Though he has this queen on h5, he knows that this queen can come back to g4, and then he can still push h5, h6. If this pawn has to move, you see there are these holes which will be created, and this knight knows this is the destination it wants to go, and there is a clear cut route as well. Whereas for this knight on b4, it cannot go to d5 to defend knight f6. So this knight here will become like a showpiece, doing nothing, attacking no important point. And that's the reason it is important that Nihal has to be alert for getting counterplay. White has a clear plan. Nihal should have counterplay. He has to also keep improving his position. So this is important. This is an important game right now. Adiban didn't play yesterday. No, Adiban's opponent did not come, so he got a bye. Let's go to Gukesh's game after Queen G4, Rook D7, Bishop E2. Yes, Gukesh has gone for H5. In Prag's game, Prag has gone for H4. In Gukesh's game, Gukesh has gone for H5. As I say, the times when you know you can make these 4 moves. Which are the 4 moves? The 4 moves in the middle game. H4, H5, A4, A5. These are the 4 moves. If you are making these moves at the right time, you know your level has improved. You can only make those moves when you know that you have got all your pieces very rightly placed, they have improved, and that H4, immediate nothing is happening, but sooner or later it is creating a weakness. So these are the important 4 moves. You start thinking of them and you know your level is increasing. See Prag's game. Yes, we are going to be switching between Prag and Gukesh for sure. H5, let Mustafa think. In Arjun's game, some moves are, they are playing very fast in fact. Rook A3, Arjun took, D takes, Bishop E6, G3 was played by Aryan here. Actually, seems like a good move, fine move. Queen F7, oh my god. By the way, with G3, H3 has become weak and computer doesn't like the move Queen F7 at all. Why? What was the computer suggesting? Guys, black to play. There was a nice move for black. Can you try to find it? Can I put a poll? What do you think? What will happen in Prag versus Nihal? Yep. I put a poll. Yeah, G3. What is the move? What are people suggesting? Queen. Prakhar says Prag versus Gukesh should be super exciting, possibly deciding the tournament winner. Of course, after they win both their games today, that is. Yeah, I mean the tournament is super exciting in on its own. So we are all very happy, and today we also have this video. So that is a definite improvement. Do join in. Mukund, thank you very much for following as well. Queen h6 is maximum people are saying Queen h6. Why? Because they want to maintain this pin. That's not a bad move for sure. Okay, but a good move here for black could be Queen b4. The idea is you are the idea is white is after g3 is really wanting this pawn strong. So what you are intending is to challenge this queen. Suppose I take here, then black is very happy because ये rook on 8 कब से बेचारा सोच रहा है कि क्या करूँ जिंदगी में, आगे बढ़ना है, मुझे कुछ कर दिखाना है, एंड वहीं पे बैठे बैठे वो कुछ कर पा रहा है. So that is an amazing thing for him. You cannot take. So this queen on b4 could have been an interesting play there. What, of course, queen h6 is also fine. And the other possibility, anything else? He played queen f7. The problem with this move, it gives white an advantage suddenly, is after f4. There are threats of f5 which look super scary. So he plays g6, further weakening this structure. This currently is can go in any direction because white has weaknesses as well. While expanding his pawns there, he is weakening his king, but at the same time, if he is able to manage h pawn, h4, h5, this becomes weak. It could go in any way. The whole tangent of this game can become a bloodbath. So we will have to look at this game also. Very, very interesting one. Let's go to Praggnanandhaa. What has happened after h4? No, Nihal, guys, have you observed a major difference? Dekho, what is the biggest difference? I completely missed it. Can you observe? By the way, in our poll for Praggnanandhaa versus Nihal, most of the 46% people are predicting Praggnanandhaa's win. Nihal's win is 22% and 31% are predicting a draw. Okay. Yes. Kya 7 minutes? Now it's 6 minutes to Nihal and 41 minutes to Prag, which means in another 3 to 4 moves. If this gets complicated, Nihal may have only around 2 minutes. Of course, we all know that he is a super bullet, hyper bullet player and everything, but it is always a danger to have such a huge time gap. He is not allowing that. He has gone rook d6. What is his idea? Very simple one. Doubling the rook on the d file. Whole thing is putting pressure on d4, which also always will keep this idea of rook d4, queen e5 when the queen is not on h5 as a desperate attempt. But obviously black would not want to look at that. He, after rook d8, would keep this c5 move in mind because there will be a pin down the line, and this is the majority he has over here. So definitely if he is able to get c5, Praggnanandhaa will have to think what to do. So rook d6 is a very, very nice nice update by Nihal, and he is going to have a clear cut plan over there. What about Gukesh? After h5, queen h3 was played, and as I had asked and few of you had known and found this move, king b8. Look at this move. रुक c1 is no threat. अभी नहीं, थोड़ा बाद में भी नहीं, still 2 moves away. Yet a move like king b8 has been played by Gukesh. What is this called? Now I will ask you, what is the term? King b8 is a dash move. What is the fill in the blanks? What is the word there? If you all have read Dvoretsky's books, who has been one of the most famous chess trainers, who has many amazing books, but he had the chapters especially with this name. Yes. Saint, Earthling, Maharshi, मुझे स्पेलिंग गलत है. सफल, आदित्य, देवेन. Absolutely right. Prophylaxis is the move. Prophylaxis. सिंपल है डेली लाइफ में. वाई डू वी एक्सरसाइज? टू रिमेन फिट. बुखार ना आ जाएगा. प्रोफिलैक्सिस. या there are so many little things which we try to do on prophylaxis level in day to day life. Similarly, king b8 is a prophylaxis move क्योंकि it's like you don't have to worry about it. king b8 तो खेलना ही है, आज नहीं तो कल करना ही है. So now you do that and then you are free and you can now start thinking only of the attack. Like इधर क्या करना है? What are the moves? What are the other possibilities? This must stay here. Now let white choose what his decision is going to be. So a very timely king b8 by Gukesh. Nihal, is he still thinking? No, Nihal has played rook d6. Praggnanandhaa might consume some time. Arjun, has he played after Aryan plays king h2? Aryan now is not thinking much. He had 16 minutes. He has 16 minutes. Arjun has 30 minutes. King h2 means yeah, it's still going to get very interesting. But will Arjun also start with b5? Will he do that right now? That is something to look out for. uh, yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting position. When you think of a move, like the first move for me also will come to the mind is, can I give up a pawn by any chance and try to get any compensation? Rook d8 आया, इधर जाना है, but then queen goes to c3, and if I try to double my rooks over here, do I have time? No, this rook sits on d2. Even if I get rook d8, everything is covered, so the pawn doesn't give me enough here. In fact, a5 is also hanging, so that idea doesn't work. What else comes to the mind after king h2? c5. This comes to the mind कि अगर d4 खेलना है तो c5 looks like the most logical move. So what is the problem for c5? The way black has started his army rolling, white also wants to start. White wants to play g4, but can he play g4? No. There is queen takes f4. Check. He cannot. So in order to create that idea of g4, what does he need to play? What is the move he can play? Yes, not rook c3, rook f3, defending the f4 with the idea of g4 and f5 and crushing it. If you go a move like d4, there is g4, and this whole thing already looks like a bit of danger over there. Yes, you can play this, but in general, it's very challenging for Arjun in this kind of a scenario. So going back again to by the way, what about Arvind Chidambaram? Yeah, they still have. Oh, Arvind has managed to get this slight edge, and now he is getting his pawns to a4, b4. They are going to advance. It's a great way that Arvind has been slowly building it up. Very interesting. We will come to it. King b8 ko Mustafa played knight f3. Look at the bar. I will tell you how the assessment changed. Right now in this engine, if he suggested a move, first of all, the move he suggests is very difficult. White to play. Can you try to guess the move he suggests? What is the best computer move for white? Actually, it's not difficult, but just that you have to play it now. Timing. What is the move with white? Slow moves नहीं कर सकते. Don't try to right now make moves on your side, king side. Try to create some play on against this king. Yes, Safal, Pranav, Stipo. Well done. A3. It's important that A3 is played right now, and you are trying to open up the position in some way. But after king b8, knight f3 has been played. Now the advantage from 0.6 minus 0.6 has gone to minus 1.5 in Gukesh's favor after knight f3. Why? Because if you see here, suddenly the king, which we thought was weak, but where are the pieces? Where are the pieces really trying to attack the king? एक भी पीस को देखो, मतलब nobody is even dreaming of getting closer to the king. All these pieces, they have nothing to do with the king. It's like that. तो king तो इधर problem ही नहीं है. मतलब what a brave guy he was. He could predict at that time. But look at this king. Indirectly, everyone is trying to put pressure on him. This guy, this little pawn here, this rook. Clearly, also this knight ready to jump in at the right time. So clearly, Whose king is weak? It's white's king. And the whole thing has shifted because white was not able to maneuver his pieces well. That all changed. One and two moves changed everything. And this move, king b8, was such a classy waiting move, such a classy prophylactic move that knight f3 is completely now not a good idea. But for that, what can Gukesh play? Gukesh has number of ideas here. One is he could even try to shift his knight to f5. That is one of the idea. He could think of f6 break. That also is absolutely a possible idea, apart from other ideas. Okay. Yes, Roll, knight f3 is very much a human move, but a3 as well is a human move because you really want to break here with the king here. Does f6 work? I think so. Should work. Some guy somewhere says 99.4 and 99.3% accuracy in Nihal and Prag game. Unbelievable. जाए क्या उनके गेम तक? Let's go. Because they are playing 99.4%. Imagine every time we go to school, we have exam and we get a percentage sheet there. तेरे को इतना मिला, तेरे को 36% मिला, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन, तू पास हो गया. इधर गेम के बाद 99%, ग्रेट. इधर 36% मिलेगा तो क्या ही लगेगा? पास हो गया लगेगा या? Okay, that's funny. How much would 35% mean in a chess game? Okay, so rook d6 we last left, and Praggnanandhaa plays knight c4, attacks the rook. Okay. And the rook goes back to d7. Again in a way it's a draw offer to Prag. Ki Prag, knight e5 you want to play, rook d6, knight c4. Why am I sensing that Prag will go for a draw this time? What do you think, guys? Will he? 35 मिला था, 1500 के खर्चा करना पड़ा दोस्तों. 35% in chess be like 99 blunders instead of accuracy sent. डॉक्टर कैंकिंस्टन से इतना बुरा जोक क्यों मैम? चलता है रे, कभी कभी थोड़े बुरे जोक्स की वजह से अच्छे जोक बनते हैं. वो है ना, दुख की वजह से सुख आता है. वैसे बुरे जोक की वजह से अच्छे जोक पे हंसी आती है. No chance. He's way up on time. Nihal Bablu is absolutely confident that Prag is going to play. देखते हैं फिर निहाल बबलू क्या होने वाला है. Earthling says bad jokes to leave lasting memories. Thank you. अलग ही perspective. So rook d7. Let's go to Arjun's game because that was on fire, complete fire. After king h2, he played queen d7. He attacks this pawn here on h3. But Aryan says, no, actually I really don't care. Again, we remember Naka. I literally don't care. Because why doesn't Aryan care about bishop h3? White to play. Fatafat, let me put on the chat chess moves. Well done, well done, well done. The first three guys who found Saint, Nihal and Himanshu. अरे चैट मूस कहाँ गया? Oops, I think I cleared it. नहीं हो रहा है अपडेट. अभी बंद हो गया. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. विल टेल कीथ मस्केरेनास कि भाई सॉल्व करो प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज आर पीपल रियली लव व्हाट यू हैव मेड हियर. सो ओहिडूज, सिद्धार्थ, some guy somewhere, Siamese, Akindele, Crazy, Pranav, Agniva, Srini, Shruti. Absolutely amazing. बहुत ही fast answers I'm getting. E6 is the move here because it blocks the defense and then you win a piece. Just ऐसे ही. So not takes. So he went rook 3 e2 over here. This was the move and c5 was played by Arjun. He has finally decided कि उसके भी pawn कुछ बने जिंदगी में. He has been seeing these neighbors. Now he has got inspired and he played c5, g4, d4. This is the race which we are going to look at. Though Arjun is actually in big trouble. Rook f2. Aryan is playing amazing chess. Hats off to this guy who can sustain, the advantage very slowly, improve. If you look at how he has been playing, it is tremendous to play against such a caliber like Arjun, and he has got such a big advantage right now. But it's never easy to convert such positions with these top players. So rook f2. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 guys defending f5 and 1, 2 and 3 guys. So still one less and f5 is still not threatened maybe, or am I wrong? Because if black goes a move like rook f7, can white play f5? A question to you all, chat. Can white play f5? Oh, by the way, Nihal Bablu says Prag didn't repeat. So I was right. Arey, kya baat hai? Great. I'm very happy that he didn't repeat because we want to see the game. It's really interesting. Checkmate Not Dead says 441 viewers and 487 polls. 487? Yes, no, yes, white can play f5 over here, gf5, gf5. If you play bishop f5, the point is queen g5 comes to attack this f5 guy here and you will win a piece. So f5 is actually threatened right now after rook f2. Let's see what Arjun is going to play. He needs to play c4 very importantly, though it is still not like really helping him or saving him, but he will need to play c4 and it's really complex. We should come back here again later, but let's go to Prag because he has not gone for a draw. They are crazily fighting rook d7, queen g5. Strategic fight this has been. Queen goes to g5 and I'm wondering why not queen g4. Why did he decide queen g5? Okay, this was also possible, but he chose queen g5 here. Nihal played rook d8 and right now Prag went back queen e3. Because I get it, guys. Why Prag kept his queen on g5 is because he also added to the support of this guy over here. So in the future, maybe for any pinning ideas, as well as if he wants to go d5, this queen is also supporting. So maybe these were the reasons, but right now he has gone back to e3. By going back to e3, is this slightly weak in any way? Not really, because you don't have d5 so easily. So not really. Maybe Prag is like waiting, forcing Nihal to use all his time. Nihal will go down to 30 seconds by, if Prag kind of is not making it clear what exactly he wants to do. While doing this, Prag will slowly try to add one little move from here or one little move from there, which is kind of keeping his advantage intact, that slight advantage in his hand. And eventually, when Nihal is under big time pressure, eventually Prag will start complicating. This, I think, is the strategy which Praggnanandhaa is going to use. We will wait and watch. Until that time, in Gukesh's game, did he make a move? Oh my god, Gukesh found this maneuver. He plays knight e7. Amazing. Yes, I mean, you might be wondering Gukesh had more advantage, but the best move was bishop b6. Again, that also goes down. And honestly, I really prefer knight e7 more because it is such a simplicity is the ultimate sophistication plan we have there. So knight is going to f5. Well done. This is something Gukesh is really good at, and you must check his attack with a super GM training this thing with us, which he has done, because his attack is really creative. So Saran says Gukesh game going to go under severe time scramble in few minutes. Still 20 moves to play. Do we have only one board camera, asks Dr. Kangenstein. Yes, right now we have put one camera over there, and tomorrow we can try to see if we will be able to add more or not. But as of now, today we have got the most important game, the top board game happening over here. Okay, so queen b6, he didn't take much time right now. Knight h4 was played by Mustafa, and Gukesh goes queen b6. By the way, Gukesh also could enter here queen e4, which attacks the e5 pawn as well. So this, was he winning a pawn? Exactly, because there is no f pawn, it's pinned and you cannot really defend this. Maybe you can go, no, this is also attacked. Very sorry, that's my bad, my blunder. So queen e5, he could have won a pawn, but he's like, dude, I don't really care about a pawn, I want to attack. He goes queen b6 and Mustafa plays a3. Finally, Mustafa feels time to open. There's nothing much I can do. So he plays a3. And how easy it is going to be for Gukesh to capture the pawn here. Takes, and go bishop d4. Attack this rook, because the rook doesn't have b1. It's controlled there. And the rook will have to go to a2. And suddenly for black, the whole plan could slightly change by going rook c8. I don't think this looks very human, so I'm not sure if Gukesh will take on a3. Maybe he shouldn't even practically take on e3. I could suggest that way. And let's see. Maybe get back the knight here to take the pawn. Interesting. Let's go to Aryan versus Arjun's game. That was another interesting move, interesting point. d4 was played. g4, d4, rook f2. And Arjun is thinking here. He's not played. He is in big trouble because f5 is in the air. So he is definitely in big trouble. Even if he goes king h8 and allows f5, gf5, gf5, bishop f5, there is no queen g5 check. But there are other options. Number one is that you can simply pin this bishop because the rook is hanging there. So you can simply pin this, and yeah, it's still a problem because of the pin. Oh my god, is Arjun almost lost? What a play by Aryan. Simply amazing play by Aryan. Nihal almost at 1 minute bullet time. Okay, we will check that. We will keep shifting. Any results for any other Indians, guys? If any results have happened, please do update. Nihal's game, yes, queen e3. He played queen b7 and Prag played king g1. He just removed the king from this diagonal for any sort of tactics. Nihal goes h6. How much time did Nihal think? Not much. 20 seconds, and he has kept his pawn on h6. The reason is because even if white gets h5, black will never allow h6. Black will never allow h6. That's why he's gone h6, because it would have been a useful move even in the future. So that's a good move by Nihal here, trying to make not any useless move, and Prag really has a task to do. How can he improve? Is this advantage going to be enough forever? You don't want to be forever in slight edge. So can Prag have anything? Or is he still going to wait and create that whole tension as we discussed? So we don't know. Let's see. Next 3 to 4 moves here are very important to see what happens. English. Yes. English. Narayanan game also we have to see. Oh, Gukesh played b3. For a3, he plays b3. Actually, I like this move because firstly, b3 के बाद this rook is crying. It's absolutely crying. It doesn't have anything immediate. Time लगने वाला है. There is a weakness here on b2. Not that you care about it right now, but knight f5 is still going to be in the air. And who knows, black could keep a5, a4, king a7, and this may not even turn anything related with attack. So b3, I think right now Mustafa will develop the bishop on g5. Finally, he will be able to complete his development after 23 moves. No, but he says, I really don't care about my development. What I want is to finally start attacking. So he has played a4, a big threat a5. I mean, it's not a big threat, but would you want to allow a5 or do you want your pawn on a5? This is the decision Gukesh has to make. He is thinking, he says knight c6. He says, I don't want to play a5 and give you b5 square forever, but I don't want your a5 also. So he played knight c6, which also attacked the e5 pawn. Gukesh clearly has advantage, but just having advantage is not going to be enough when you know your king is weak. You cannot really mess up. With the weak king, anytime any mess up is possible. Let's see. Also, the moves which are being suggested for black, they are not so easy. Like right now, queen b4 is the best move, but these are not very easy moves. They are quite, I don't know what to say. Let's see what Gukesh will play. Arjun's game. Was Arjun able to find any defense? No, he played king g7, but how is that going to work at all? Is f5 not over? Oh my goodness. This is, what is he going to do for f5? Maybe. Is there anything which Arjun can hold on to? Wow, we have 500 people for the first time. Guys, thank you for joining in. Please do like the stream because today is extremely exciting. We have the video of Praggnanandhaa versus Nihal. Nihal is down to 1 minute now. Prag has 26 minutes. They are having a position where Praggnanandhaa is having slight edge since quite a while. h6 was played. Prag goes queen c3. Queen c3. What would be his idea? As we know, yeah, he's kind of just it's like one garden and he's just walking around. Yahan se wahan se, this direction, that direction, sitting on this bench, that bench. He's just relaxing right now. We will see when is the time. When they say, okay, garden abhi band ho raha hai, gates are gonna get closed, get out of the garden, tab jaake kuch hone wala hai. But right now, it's a relaxed walk happening in the garden. And you can look at the video right now. Both of them. Yes, Prag is super focused. Nihal, actually for a minute, quite seems relaxed in that sense. What about, okay, did he play, Aryan played f5? Not yet. What about the, very quickly we can take through other games because Narayanan was clearly winning and yes, he is a pawn up plus these pawns are also weak. So Narayanan has his advantage here. He has been able to maintain. Arvind Chidambaran with Yu Yangi also has slight edge. That's a great news. He now has a double bishop advantage, but the position is quite kind of a close structure currently, but he has slight edge. What about we saw Narayanan. What about Setu Raman? Setu Raman is white. Actually, he had more advantage. Somehow it has dissolved and maybe Platon will be able to hold this. Harsha versus Aditya Mittal. Harsha also had a great advantage. But Aditya seems to have fought back, and now this could go towards equal, though white has slight advantage. Black has managed to get his rooks nicely placed and some interesting ideas down the king there. So this is happening. What about Vidit's game against Michael Kobalia? Vidit has slight edge, and slowly he will be able to improve his position, but he has a very bad bishop there. Uh, but this is a passed pawn. King is a blockader. What if the knight cannot give a check because it can be captured? So with it, maybe eyeing for something like a g5 break. But if he is not able to find anything after g5 break, then this also seems unlikely that white can really convert it for a win. Ronak has a clear advantage, double bishop, and how many pawns? Actually, Ronak is a pawn down, yet he has the clear advantage because of the passer, yeah, which is right now happening. The c and the b pawns, they could advance, and a2 is weak, the bishop is tied down, so Ronak is winning here. What about Abhimanyu Puranik with Lucas Van Forest? Okay, that's queen g5, and mostly they will have a perpetual draw over here. King, yeah, king h8, king h7, anything is fine, nothing is losing, there's no mate. Murli Karthikeyan is in big trouble with white. Yeah, is in big. This rook is. I mean, some attack is coming on him, coming at him. There is a pin down there. Maybe he's losing a piece. Yeah, exactly. He is right now in direct trouble. He's losing material there. Abhimanyu Mishra is had advantage, but somehow that has also dissolved. So we have. I don't. Maybe I have missed Leon's game. What exactly is going on? That's the last game I have missed. Guys, wait a second, I have not been seeing the chat, but after the final roundup game, this one, I will look at it. Leon is having an equal position here with black. Okay, and he has more time. So this should end in a draw, mostly. Whew, that was the roundup. Let's go back to Praggnanandha's game. Nihal has made his move. He went back knight a6. Peter says best wishes from London. Array. Best wishes to you too. We really enjoyed London Chess Classic, which we had covered in 2016. It was Sagar had also played there, so we really have fond memories of London. Well, knight a6 has been played. Is Nihal by chance suddenly going to intend any pawn push there? Praggnanandhaa will need to be alert. Praggnanandhaa cannot just say ki nahi yaar, nothing is gonna happen, I can relax in the garden. He has to be careful. Are there any snakes? Is there anything? See, he has changed his one of the major changes in the maneuvering. The knight which was on c4 finally has gone to e3. E3. Now, will he go back to c4? Nihal can always repeat, yeah. So, a draw by repetition, it has been in the air since many moves. But Praggnanandhaa has always tried to say, no, I am not ready for a draw because I believe in my position. I have good advantage and I am white and you don't have time. So, this is what Praggnanandhaa is saying. But, while doing so, nothing in his pawn structure here has been changed except for one addition after h4. You don't have pawn breaks which can, like, while I was saying this, knight b4 has been played. Because if not knight b4, was there any pawn break? Takes. No, that would lead to equality. So for white, in order to take his advantage even a step further, this is not easy because who is defending? It's Nihal. He's not just making any random weak moves. He is right there, very focused and alert. And for him, 1 minute as of now is not mattering much. What did Praggnanandhaa play? Yes, Prag is having a plan. He goes king h2, and now computer suggests something, some activity for Nihal. Can you guys find it? Black to play. No, Nihal did not play it. But what was the move which computer suggested? Oh, ChessBase India in the chat. Hi Amruta. I am in the cab with Dinesh, Subhash, Vikas and Samir. Great commentary. We are listening in taxi. Arre Sagar, kya baat hai? Awesome. I hope you had a great day. Amazing. Earthling says, क्या ही बात है, commentary being heard at home's office and now you're on cab, great work, Amruta ma'am. Arre, thank you, all of you are there, so it's really motivating. So yes, guys, the move, anybody there? Nihal Bablu, well done, that is the move. C5 was the move which was being suggested, and how does it work over here? Because if you play d takes c5, then after b takes c5 over here, which is important by the way, you can't take queen c5 because you will lose the rook here. If you play rook d7 first, rook d7, rook d7, queen d7, and then if you collect this pawn on c5, at this point Nihal had an important move, and that was activating your queen on d2. And suddenly you see this pawn has been holding this, and the last move which king h2 was played, the observation that f2 pawn is now not defended and the queen can become active. So all of this, no way it was easy at all. No way. It seems like still knight g4 and white is a pawn up. But what is the problem? This knight jumps into d3, and that is the reason this was something interesting. But okay, because Nihal is only 30 seconds, he doesn't have time to calculate all of this, and he knows if he misses it, if he misses one variation, then he's gone. So he waits, because what he knows is, what is your plan? Plan दिखाओ भाई, plan दिखाओ. मेरे पास है time. I don't need time. Time is an illusion. That's what Nihal is saying. So Praggnanandhaa, do you have a plan? Can you convert this? No. He goes knight c4. It's very hard to convert this, guys. Very, very hard. So let's go to Gukesh's game. Can we go to Gukesh? Arey, hello from USA as well. Hello. Guys, today there was a very interesting thing which happened, by the way. Few guys from one orphanage, they went to this summer camp, and I'm sure they would have enjoyed. It was their first time, so I think Sagar is going to drop them. So yeah, it's all interesting. A lot of new things are happening. You must all come to Mumbai. Okay, some moves have happened here. Knight f3, queen b4. Oh my god, Gukesh played queen b4. And I was telling you, this move is not so easy what computer suggests. But he finds it. And for queen g3, I mean, it's not easy for white to play, I would say. He plays queen g3. There comes in h4. Suddenly, the pawn is protected by the queen and the rook. So, h4. Gukesh says, dude, I don't care. I am not a materialistic person. You take this pawn. It's a poison pawn. Queen takes g7. And what he calmly plays is this rook goes to d8. Uska kaam ho gaya idhar. f7 was protected until it needed to be protected. Now he doesn't need to protect it at all. He can say कि queen f7 खा लो, कोई बात नहीं. Queen comes to e4. Knight is going to jump to d4. There are all sorts of attacks happening here. And this king, इसको देख के बस one word. What is the one word you remember? Bichara. Only bichara. That's the reason what Gukesh's opponent played was queen f6. He did not take the pawn on f7. But does it really matter? Absolutely not. Gukesh has queen e4. Gukesh has rook g8. In fact, Gukesh is really thanking his opponent for taking out the pawn. Gukesh को choice रहता था तो he would have himself taken the g7 pawn और side में रख देता था कि नहीं चाहिए, I don't want this. His opponent has helped him to do that and he is very very happy with the current position. So Gukesh is winning, clearly winning now. And oh my god, he did not play after king g7. Aryan did not go for f5 immediately. He went bishop e4. But very surprising because f5 was, why would it be rejected when you can actually play that? I know, maybe what he calculated for f5, gf5, gf5, bishop f5, and now if queen g5 check, there is bishop g6. So the same idea is not working anymore. So bishop g6 is happening. So what he played over here, bishop e4 first, and when Arjun played c4 over here, it's very hard to find moves for Arjun, but maybe rook f7 was an important move still to stay in the game. After c4, f5 did come and he had to go bishop g8, because now if takes, bishop f5, queen g5, in the same scenario. Okay, firstly this is highly complex. The question does come ki pehle kyun nahi, but yeah, here rook f6 is a very strong move. You are threatening bg6 and queen g6, almost going for a mate. All those who didn't know the word bichara, that one word, it meant English mein. What is bichara in English, guys? Something like pity the king, but for one word I don't know. Anyway, so he played bishop e4. Let's go to, this is the current position and Arjun is clearly lost. f6 is coming in the air, queen h6, the whole pawns for white are just way too strong, so Arjun is clearly lost. But Aryan will still need to be on his toes because these are also advancing. Let's go to Gukesh. Queen f6, he's yet to make a move. What about Praggnanandhaa? Queen e3, queen c7, knight e5 he has played. Attack the rook. Rook goes to d6. Nihal is extremely shant for a while. That's what he has been doing. The queen, the rook, they're all having a great family time. I think it's going to be extremely hard for Praggnanandhaa to find a plan. Very, very hard. He has 15 minutes right now. If we have to see if other results have been, any other games have been over, I doubt SL Narayanan still has the advantage. One pawn up, but it's going to be a long time still. Setu Raman, yes, in trouble. Aditya Mittal had fought back, but again he is completely lost right now. For what reason? This is attacked. Rook f7 is hanging. So maybe something like rook f7, queen f3, and a good move for white here. Guys, oh my god, it's not easy. Oh my god, it's so not easy. No, it's impossible to find. Do you want to try? I'll give you 10 seconds. Because I know many of you in the chat are like, impossible bola, impossible किसको बोला? मेरे डिक्शनरी में सिर्फ I am possible है. You can try. No, there is no additional time, Yash. It's all 30 seconds increment. Exactly. How did you all guys find queen e1? I mean queen e1? What the hell? The idea is very interesting. Queen g1. So difficult. Mate in 1. So this is the reason. But queen e1 was a very hard move. Anyway, by the way, if rook takes c2 over here, then there is also knight b4. And yeah, knight b4 just to, I don't know where, suppose rook c7 is knight a6, and if something like rook c3 back, in fact you don't even, knight a6 is also possible, later rook d5 is also possible. Crazy. Okay, but he plays queen h1, and that's a different game, different variation altogether. Vidit is playing with Kobalia, and it seems that it's going to be very difficult to break through this, though he has slight advantage. I'm not very sure if this is really possible to convert. What about Prag and Nihal? B5 finally, guys. After a long time, कितना long time हो गया है कि black has made a queen side move. Last queen side move was B6. 25th move, Nihal had played B6, and after 13 moves, there is some action. B5 has been played. Nihal has 49 seconds. Now, if this move was not a good move, suppose, then Prag had a great chance because Nihal doesn't even have enough time. But what a timing! Nihal is so alert. He is so alert. He says, Ghanta, abhi no family time I need. I am happy to, go B5, and I am happy to travel now to explore. And he's gone B5. What a timing. I am super impressed with this move by Nihal. And Praggnanandhaa, what is he going to do now? Does he have that much courage to go for something like G4, G5? Because it's not even something like if you do that you are going to get a better position. It's just something which is going to keep the fight. I mean, it's still a possible move, a good move, but I really doubt that you are gonna make such a move like G4. So B5, and this time it's Praggnanandhaa who will need to think what to do. Let's just try to see if A takes B5, C takes B5. Now black gets a pass pawn over here. And if Praggnanandhaa says, I am maybe going to try and play knight G4, H5, something like these kind of ideas, what can black do? Should black be scared about it? Or no, black will say, no dude, there's the one open file, the C open file, which I just created for my own pieces, and I'm challenging your queen. And he is absolutely happy with this. So you don't want to take there on B5 for sure, so that his rook comes here on the C file very quickly. So no way. So for B5, Praggnanandhaa is thinking, and we will see what he plays. Checkmate not dead says 1k votes completed. Acha, what is the vote saying? What are the results? Okay, let's go to Gukesh's game like everybody wants to. After b5, by the way, we have a move. Prag has gone queen e3, and still further a great, Nihal can take on a4 here, ba4, but you don't want to spoil the structure. Can Nihal make a move like c5? Because dc5 would be a blunder. Guys, are you alert? dc5 is a blunder. Black to play. Tell me the second move. Black to play. dc5 is a blunder. Tell me this. Smart. Safal, Saumik, Pranav, Aniket, Vaibhav. Well done. Absolutely. Because rook d2, rook d2, rook d2, queen d2, and there you have won a piece because he deflected the pawn. So he played queen c. Anyway, he didn't play. He played queen e7. Nihal played queen e7 over here. And right now, Prag is thinking. Actually, Prag can go rook c1 and start focusing on maybe this pawn as well. Okay, let's go to Gukesh's game right now. Oh, what has happened? Queen f6 was played. Guki went with rook hg8. He says, idhar ka kaam ho gaya hai. Now I'm going rook g8. Bishop developed to e3. Guki said, no, I don't want to exchange right now. No more for that. Bishop e7. Queen is attacked. Kaha jayegi? Queen goes to h6. The queen is not even, trying to think of taking this pawn on f7. Queen goes to h6 and Gukesh takes the pawn on e5 over here. Oh, but by the way, guys, what? Oh my god, Gukesh had an amazing move. Guys, black to play. By let's not forget Gukesh has only 5 minutes and Mustafa has 2 minutes. But Gukesh here had an amazing move. Exactly, the rook sack, rook g2. Look at this idea. Taking this thing here. King takes g2. That's the main question, yeah, if this works or not. Queen g4 check. King h1. And right now, what is the move because of which rook g2 was an amazing move? Black to play. Quick, quick, quick. This, if he would have played, he would have got the beauty of his life. Oh my god, I'm sure he's going to feel a little bit sad when he goes back home and says that he's missed this. But what is the move here? Okay, most of you have mentioned knight e5 and this move is a blunder. If this move, then white wins, and most probably natural for us to look at this move, and maybe this is what Gukesh saw and rejected it, because how can white defend? हर time attack का नहीं पूछने वाली हूँ. What is the defense here? White to play. I know we have less time, but this is an important training for you all. So I want you to find a move for white. An important move for white. Yes, the only move which can work. Otherwise, you are gone, because clearly this is pin and this is happening here. Check, 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 mate. Queen f4 was an important move because it's a pin. Now you cannot think of taking, and you have challenged this queen and you are threatening queen e5 check. This is the reason maybe Gukesh rejected rook g2, but there was a stronger move, an amazing move, which was knight d4. If you even try to take off this, then there will be a mate, king g8 and rook, king g1 and rook g8. So this was a beautiful idea there, rook g2. What happened in the game? We should focus right now. He played knight e4, knight takes e5, and Mustafa went back queen f4. Now you have lost the chance of rook g2. Of course, you have won a pawn. No, materially it's still equal, but of course your pieces are just cannot be compared in activity and you are better. But are the queens going to get exchanged right now? Because that means the game has to last a little longer. Okay, so let's see what Gukesh plays. In fact, right now it is the only move for Gukesh. The only move. Can you find it? Can Gukesh find it? No, man, he loses all the advantage. Oh my god, we never thought it can even reach here. He loses all the critical advantage. But the only move was very hard. King a8 was the only move. What you realize is queen takes e5. You are simply giving a piece here. Why this worked? Again, the same idea. Rook g2 check. King g2. Queen g4 also works. Rook g8 also works first. And then bishop f3. This was the reason. Oh, that was the reason. This was the only move, guys. King a8. And if queen b4 was played, then bishop b4. And then the same thing. You cannot take on e5. I mean, if you take king h1 and... there are a number of ways. Rook f2 is there, bishop d6 is there if you move the knight, rook h2, rook h1 is mate. So all of these tactics were in the air, but they had less time and Gukesh misses rook king a8. Queen takes f4 has been played. This game has been one of the most amazing tactical possibilities and sacrifices. Bishop went to d6. Now knight takes h4, knight g6. Oh my god, in fact Gukesh, he has 30 seconds. I think he is playing on 6-7 seconds and he is under time pressure. This is the reason this has just been a complete mess up now. Oof! Nihal's game has been getting intense. Just very quickly, let's go to Nihal's game. Queen e3 was played, Queen e7, Queen c3, Prag played, Queen a7, King goes to g1, d4 is protected right now, Queen goes to b6, Knight f3, Queen a7. Okay, a lot of time pass is happening here. Queen a7, I think, but what is amazing is they're just holding on. And Nihal with less time, with black resisting to hold on, is a tougher task. So, hats off to Nihal. And let's see again, Prag has to come up with something. But Gukesh, is he losing now? Forget about equal. Oh my god. What just went terrifically wrong? He's a pawn down. Right now this is under attack and you can defend it by going bishop g3. So maybe he's a pawn down and that pawn is the h pawn, which is a passer. So yes, he will definitely fight. There are some weaknesses there, but it's not going to be easy for Gukesh. Yeah. What about Arjun's game? I think that was again one more crazy thing happening there. We left it at Queen f4, d3, e6. A lot of moves happened. King went to h8. Arjun took the c4 pawn. Queen d6 check. King went back. Rook went to c8. Queen e4. Because there is no check on any of the dark squares. Otherwise, this king is actually mated, guys. If you look at this, Queen c3 is a strong threat here. So, rook c8. Queen went to e4. Rook went to c5. And rook goes to d2 here. Rook e5. Arjun, right now, rook d3 is over because you take away the final important pawn of black. If queen takes, then there is queen e5, mate, like rook f6, queen f6 mate. So rook d3 is really finishing the whole whatever ideas black could have had. Okay, what about going back to Praggnanandha's game, Queen a7? He's still thinking Gukesh, bishop g3, h3 has happened. At least this pawn is now not a passer. I am very surprised. How did he take h3? What a decision there. Wasn't it obvious to take with the f pawn so that you have this as a passer? Yes, it was important, but Mustafa has also messed it up with low time. Obviously, we cannot have perfect chess, but hg3 is a great news for Gukesh here, and there is no more dangerous pass pawn. In fact, now Gukesh should go rook d2, attack this guy here, attack here, and he can hold this, or who knows, he could even who knows what problems can happen with the pawn on b3 and a weak king. We never know. Anything can happen in this game. I am not going to predict at all. Rook f e1. Time to bring this other rook. If you go rook b2, yes, that's possible too, but then rook b1. Okay. What about other games? Any other Indian games are over, guys. Arjun is playing. Sorry, I have been not checking out the chat, but let me just check it. All okay in the chat. Yes, all okay. Reed says every game turning into blitz. Yes. Because there is no 40 moves rule here. So, let's stick to Prag versus Nihal for a moment. Queen b7. And let's have a look at them right now. I'm going to make the full screen for a moment. Okay. The quality is kind of low there, but just if you can try to get the vibe here. He goes queen e3. Maybe now Prag is planning to repeat, yeah? I'm not sure. All games are... Okay, What about Setu Raman? Oh, Setu Raman has lost almost rook d1 check and it is just over. What about Aditya Mittal versus Harsha? Harsha is winning here. So that's getting over as well. What about Narayanan? Narayanan was winning, but it's gone into a rook endgame. Very interesting rook endgame. Rook h1 has been played. So we don't know if he can convert. We will keep a watch on this game as well. Aryan versus Arjun has, yes, he did play rook d3 there, and they have reached this position currently where Arjun is a pawn down. Rook after rook f5, this is the pawn he's down, and which is now going to e7 and rook d8 and bishop d5. So looks lost for Arjun. He goes rook e4. Okay, that works too. The position is winning anyway. What about Vidit? Is Vidit able to... He's trying really hard and also keeping the edge. He's having this whole pressure. So, yeah, let's see what happens there. Ronak as black. Oh, Ronak is winning. He is... Oh, such deadly pawns here. C2 and B3. So, threatening queen here. There is no mate. Check moves here. Check goes here. And C1 is unstoppable. What about Adiban? Adiban drew his game. So, Abhimanyu Puranik drew his game. And Murli Karthikeyan is in trouble. So, that's out there right now. In Gukesh's game, he did... Some moves did happen. Rook d2, rook f1, rook g5. Good move by Gukesh. Bishop c4, rook f5. He's actually attacking this guy over here. Gukesh could have taken here also. Rook f5, rook e2, takes, and now rook c5. So maybe time to stop rook c2 with bishop d1 there, or bishop d3 as well. But most likely should end in a draw. Praggnanandhaa versus Nihal, back to their game. No, this guy is playing. Prag is still trying. Queen a7. Oof. Is this too simple for Aryan to blunder? No, Aryan won't blunder. There he's clearly winning. He has been keeping his edge for a long time. I mean, you can see Aryan not losing the edge so easily. He's a very solid player there. So, yeah. Rukesh, people are liking the name Rukesh. But ऐसा कोई है नहीं. Akash asks, how different is blitz moments in classical from normal blitz? Akash, one of the major differences that in classical, this right now what they have reached is after playing for almost 3.5 to 4 hours. So all of that energy has gone in those 4 hours. All of the planning and the pressure. If you were in a bad position, you have been holding on that stress, and then you reach a position where it could even be equal, but you know, the whole 3.5, that is like the past of the game, which is being counted, that whole energy and environment. So that makes a big difference. When you're playing blitz, 5 minute का game है, you go there full on energy. यहाँ पे in this blitz, you're not full on energy. Absolutely not. A lot of thinking has been going on since 4 hours. That changes it all. That's why psychology will play a lot more role here than the just in blitz. I mean, that psychology role is very different, way different from this psychology role. Okay, so queen b7 there. I think I have got a bit of break from talking. Queen b7, and now Praggnanandhaa is thinking, should he go rook c5? That looks like a very beautiful square for the rook, but is there anything like literally he's going to be able to put more pressure on the b5 point? Let's say he's got rook d1. He has some ideas there. Maybe one of the idea could be to go rook a1 and exert pressure on a5. We don't know, because what has changed is the knight on f3 is now defending the d4. That means both the rooks are free. वो बोले कि अभी हो गया है, अभी देर इज अ ड्यूटी, दिस वी आर रेडी टू ट्रैवल. सो ये दोनों जा रहे हैं अभी गार्डन के बाहर, मे बी इन सम अदर सिटी. सो लेट्स सी इफ दे आर एबल टू फाइंड समथिंग. क्वीन d7, these three guys putting, I mean, they're not really trying to stop anything. As we know, for Nihal, what he needs to do is he needs to sustain. He just doesn't need to do any bad moves. एक तो there are not many bad moves, but that is something which he has to make sure that he is in control. And for Prag, right now, rook a1 threatens a takes b5. What can Nihal do after rook a1? He may have to go back queen a7. But then the queen is tied down for a5. Now, can you attack b5? By the way, rook a1 has happened in the game. And now can you attack b5 with queen e2, threatening to win the pawn? How will black save this pawn? He cannot do with queen b7 because he will lose the a pawn. Can he, what else can he do? If he goes rook b8 now, if he goes rook b8, is there anything else which white has? Computer shows that he is loving this position suddenly for white tremendously. But does the computer understand or not? By the way, this is happening on the board. Oh my god, if there is something which Praggnanandhaa understands, even what the computer is saying, though he is saying the same things, queen e2 जाओ, फिर queen e3 जाओ, बाद में ये करो वो करो, but there is some depth, there is some more advantage which white is getting. What is that? If Praggnanandhaa is able to find that imagine within last 3 to 4 minutes which he has, and Nihal with all this resistance suddenly starts getting pushed back. It's going to be hard. This kind of pushing back is going to be hard. So this is going to be unbelievable if Praggnanandhaa is able to now find advantage. Why did the move queen d7 change it all? Maybe Nihal had to play queen b6, queen b8. All of this is too complex to understand right now in 30 seconds. We needed more time. Like the World Championship had one move, we could spend 15 minutes, that kind of time. So we don't have time. Gukesh blundered. That's what we are hearing. Oh my god, did Gukesh blunder? Yes, he seems in trouble, absolute trouble. Bishop d3 was played, and here Gukesh had to stop this pawn with a5. Fix the pawn on a4. He went king c7. Okay, he allowed a5 here, which it's still not lost, but it would have been better to stop that. He goes king d6, but king is a piece in the endgame. What wrong is he doing here? f3, all looks good, and he goes f5. This pawn push may not be necessary. It's pretty committal. That is what it is. It's not necessary here. White goes king f2, e5, and now this became too ambitious for Gukesh right now. He's trying to go e5, e4, and somehow ask this bishop, where are you going to stay? If you go to b1, I have rook c1. That was the whole idea. But what's the problem of this idea? Because is it some kind of a mistake? But because he will not be giving this f5 pawn, I'm not really sure. Why would he do that? I think there must be some error. But no, for some reason a6 has been played. Opponent first plays a6. Gukesh goes bishop c6. Opponent goes rook d1. Mustafa goes rook d1. There is a check there. He's just not capturing, maybe because it is always going to happen. King goes to e6 and king e3. What I think is, maybe there could be an error, or maybe there was something after bishop f5 we have missed. Takes fe4. This is the current position in their game. If bishop e4, that's a blunder, guys. No, rook e5. Then there is rook d4. It's not a blunder. Rook e5 you don't need to play. But the point is bishop e4, king e4, and this rook endgame, rook c2 comes, and black will collect the pawn. That's why this is in control. Black will be able to hold it after bishop e4. I think Mustafa will play bishop e4, and this should end in a draw. So as of now, looks in control. What about, by the way, Arvind versus Yu Yangi has ended in a draw. Aryan versus Arjun. Aryan is completely winning right now. His pawn has reached a6, and in 2 moves it is reaching a8. So right now black has no way to stop that, absolutely. So it's happening there. What about Praggnanandhaa? Oh, did they finish the game? No. No. Moves have happened. Rook a1, queen a7. Prag went queen c1. Just they're finding new squares for their queens. Yeah, I mean they are really exploring. And rook d4. Oh, Nihal has given an exchange sack, but that was not necessary. It is some kind of an, what to say, losing patience. Why would Nihal do this? He believes in this exchange sacrifice. Oh my goodness. The computer doesn't believe. I'm not sure even if Praggnanandhaa believes, but that is that last moment. Like you have been holding that, that rope. You don't want to fall down. It's like you're hanging there, and finally you're like, no, I cannot hold that rope anymore, and you leave it. Is that kind of a thing? Basically, you can clearly sense here the pressure building up and Nihal now giving it up. If this is what Praggnanandhaa manages to provoke, we cannot just say that it is a mistake. If this is what Praggnanandhaa has managed to provoke, then it's a brilliant thing. But even for Praggnanandhaa, he has to be on his toes. He had to make one important move here. Which was that important move? Guys, white to play. Praggnanandhaa couldn't find it. Can you find it? And I'm not going to wait more than 5 seconds for the answers. Nihal had 5 seconds. Yes, queen e3. But I'm sure, guys, you have not found it yourself. Because queen e3 was a tough move. The idea is you are challenging the queen, and the queen exchange after queen e3, fe3. This exchange up is definitely something which you would have not easy. I mean, king f3 was not a good idea because there is knight d3 and rook f2. So maybe this is something which Praggnanandhaa did not like. It's highly possible. And if he would not have exchanged, if Nihal would have gone back or something, the problem was takes and rook a5, he would have lost the pawn, and this was clearly losing. So definitely what we know, if Praggnanandhaa checked out this move, he did not like rook d2 check and the king had to go back. Maybe that was the reason. So he played ab5 earlier, and now queen e4 check. This is what he must have missed clearly. Queen e4 check, king g1, cb5, and we will see what he can do now. Will he go queen e3 to challenge? Can he go rook a5 here? But rook a5, actually, oh my god, black has a good move. If Praggnanandhaa takes this pawn, it's not a good idea. Black to play. If he takes rook a5, black to play. Guys, what is the move that Nihal will have for rook a5? Giving you a hint. Yes, Manmay, absolutely right. Rook d5, good move. You defend the b5, you attack the h5, and you're threatening mate in 1. Exactly. So rook d5 was a good move there. So Praggnanandhaa should not take the pawn. It's important that he doesn't take. Queen e3 is a move he can challenge. But Nihal has great compensation and this position is unclear. Look at the video. If I try to show you the full screen, though it is blurred, just feel the tension. Miyamoto says, I am shivering. Yes, Miyamoto, this is definitely shivering. You should take a blanket right now. And actually, when we play in the tournaments, many times the hall is AC and there is so much stress that people feel double X cold, So everyone's wearing double the jacket. So yeah, does happen. For some people, it's more hot. So it could be anything, but that is how it does happen. Anyway, Praggnanandhaa is about to make a move. What? Oh, he plays rook a5. Oh my god. Nihal is getting the advantage. Will Nihal play rook d5? I think he will find, because all this time now he is going to be alert for something like this. The knight on b4 has not moved only, guys. The knight on b4 is like कब से नहीं हिला है वो. हाँ, must have gone to a6 and b4. That's it. But Nihal doesn't have much time. Here, he is 26 seconds, 25, 24. Will he find rook d5? If he finds rook d5, he gets advantage. If he doesn't, then knight d3 is a tempting move. But it will not give him as much advantage. There must be a reason. What is he going to play? Where is his hand going? Oh, he goes knight d3. He doesn't go rook d5. Prag gets to fight back. What kind of a difference does it make here for Praggnanandhaa? Yes, he can go queen e5, he can challenge. There won't be time for the mating ideas. Also, over here, if Nihal would have gone rook d5, if queen e3 was played, that was the problem, because rook d1 is a mate over here. Back rank, checkmate. So queen e3 was not possible. Knight d3 has been played. Now queen e3 is maybe queen d2 or queen d1 is also not a bad idea to pin this rook. This is not easy. Is there 15 minutes delay? There is no delay here. It's real time happening. What did he play? Knight d3. Did Prag play? Yeah, he goes queen d2 and this knight is pinned currently. What can Nihal do right now? Nihal will definitely go rook d5 still, because it's the most natural move to defend and to keep an eye here, though also to get out of the pin, by the way. So, what happened? Draw? Oh, he offered a draw after queen d2. Oh, but look at Prag. Look at them. He was stressed. In the end, Prag was definitely stressed. Oh my god. That in the end, I think actually what happened was Praggnanandhaa got, under pressure. He offered a draw. Nihal accepted a draw. And I think there was this only one moment for Nihal where he had a chance to get into a better position with rook d5. Of course, it's not like better in the sense winning or anything like that. But this was the only chance where there was getting some opportunity to, fight with black. Anyway, a good result. A draw has happened. Let's go to Gukesh's game. Here also everything seems at least in control and it's a draw. Gukesh is a pawn down, but he takes here. He will lose this pawn. He will get this pawn. ठीक है, exchange, and this is also going to be a draw. But what a position Gukesh had. He had played so brilliantly. Just the move long castle was a terrific gladiator move, as we called Gukesh today, and he was right there with a masterpiece in his hand to end the game with rook g2. Surely after going back it's going to be a sad thing, but what to do? Yeah, you have to fight back. So but amazing ideas which were all happening in this game. Rook a2, and now it's going to go into a calm draw. A7, e3 maybe. This is ending in a draw. What about Arvind's game? Ended in a draw. Aryan Chopra has beaten Arjun. A big result, a big upset there. Aryan absolutely was on his toes. Really amazing play by Aryan. Rook a2, and Mustafa is thinking 18 seconds. Let's stay here because his game will end in another 30 seconds. Manul Das says Nihal did all the defense with just 3 minutes. Not even 3 minutes, yeah, I think maybe even less. Goat Mario says I thought Nihal offered draw. Oh, maybe. I'm not sure, then maybe we should check the video then. रुक A2, अरे इसका तो 0 0 0 0 0 0 हो गया, बहुत सारे zeros. So maybe this game has ended in a draw. As we know, generally when the game ends, it shows 0 0. So this has ended in a draw. What about other results? SL Narayanan is playing. It's a rook end game and it's a draw. His pawn has reached the 6th rank, about to make a queen, but this guy is also there. So white to play SL's move here. If SL goes h7, then there is rook g3 check, and for king f5 there is rook h3, and if you make a queen there, SL can take take and what to say, yeah, e2, rook e8, king d3, and king f4, king d2, and here you can do a draw, check, moves, this back, and it would be a draw. Okay, so this will end in a draw if he goes h7, which I think eventually he will. What about other players? Setu Raman has lost with Platon. Harsha Bharat Koti and Aditya Mittal are playing. Harsha is still winning, but it's a knight end game, and this is a passer pawn. We say many times like knight end games are very similar to king pawn end games. So it's like if white is this pawn up, but it's still after 97, what do? You have to be careful. This is win. Can you win this? No. King c5, and then again this will be not easy. It will be a draw. So you can't take there. Can you go c5 check, which looks tempting? You can, but it is still not the best. The strongest move over here would be knight d4, keeping an eye on f5. The king can't go anywhere useful there, and black doesn't have a good move there. He might go a4 because for king a4 there is king c5, but then you again wait and ask black that what is he going to do. So because if he moves the knight, then comes c7 and c6 and knight e6 check, and this is going to be very difficult again. If we go to Vidit's game, Vidit is, oh my god, it's gone so complex. Vidit is pawns up, many pawns up as I see. Knight e2, bishop g4. In fact, Vidit is 2 pawns up, but this pawn has reached g2. I am extremely surprised with the bar, which says it's equal, because I feel that Vidit is winning. What if bishop f3, knight f3, queen? Wow, what's happening? Okay, let's just stick with this game. King f2. Oh, black has 2 pieces for a rook, and 2 pawns. It's complex. Anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen. What happened to, by the way, Juve Engine's game? What happened? They also drew. So Prag and Nihal are in joint lead as well. So knight d6. But very quickly over here, my question was, if he would have taken with the bishop, the problem was knight h3. So rook takes f3, knight takes f3, bishop takes f3. This has happened in the game, and oops. Oh no, sorry, king f2 he played, and knight d6 has been played. So this is the current position in Vidit's game. Vidit has 1 minute 40 seconds. Kobalia has 5 minutes. I think extremely interesting game, because though the bar is saying equal, there are a lot of points where black can go wrong, I think. Even white can go wrong, maybe, but maybe black has better chances to go wrong. So king e5, the king is becoming a strong piece. Rook c6 looks like a nice move there, so that you want to push the pawn here. Also, you are keeping an eye on the d6 knight. If knight comes near Vidit's king, Vidit is gone. So if knight comes to h3 or e2, let's say, that is knight f3, knight d4, knight e2 looks interesting. But how come Vidit is gone? Because even if Vidit has the rook to stop the queen, g1, rook g1, knight g1, king g1 is always a draw. So doesn't really matter. The only thing is if black messes up, then Vidit has the scope, because it's nicely blocked here. So king e5, Vidit is thinking rook c6 looks like a good move. I mean, a strong move there. But what if knight e4 check and king d4? By the way, Ronak has won his game. And yeah, very quickly, in Harsha's game, did any moves happen? Aditya Mittal and Harsha, that night end game. He played a4. He played a4, knight c6 and king b6. Okay, this is also working. So Harsha is winning here. I think Vidit's game is, we should stick here. Vidit goes king g1. But what if knight c4 now? He wants to give rook e6 check. King d5. No, not much here. Knight c4 should end in a draw or what? Raymond says good night from Sydney. Good night, Raymond. Today we had a lot of interesting time pressure moments. So I think guys, hope you guys enjoyed. But this game is still going on and there are these two interesting games which should end in the next 5 minutes. So stay there. Why not rook d6? Here, if you play rook d6, then king d6. You can never take on f3 because what did I just do? Okay, all good there. Because there is g1 queen, and if you try to push the pawn a5, then the king goes here. But that's a very good question, by the way. a6, then the king goes here. Now how do you progress? You might say I can go c5 because if you take, I have a7. No, but for a7 anyway there is bishop d5, so you don't even have c5. And if you try to go d6, then there is king a6, d7 is the problem. You can't take on a6. So good try there, but I will have to stop your pawn here. No other option, and this will end in a draw. d7, bishop d7, king g2. So he plays king g1 and why not c5? Okay, that's also a good question because knight e4 check, king g1 here, knight g3 with the idea of check and queen, and you need to go rook e6 or rook g6, but should be a king f2 here, and g1 queen, rook g1, knight g1, king g1, sorry, what am I even thinking? King d5, and this will also end in a draw. Okay, so they have reached this position and it's a draw. King g2 with its game ends in a draw. So only last 2 games remain. This also ends in a draw. Murli Karthikeyan. Oh, Murli Karthikeyan has actually fought back. He's a piece down there, but it seems that it's okay because you have this pawn there. So rook e8 has been played. Is his idea knight e1, rook e1, queen kiya, to queen kiya. And he's a rook up. Looks like the idea there. But you have king d7 right now attacking this. You also have rook h1 right now. Oh, the video is gone by the way, upar ka. Oops. Okay, it doesn't matter. So, he goes rook h1. Now it's simple. King d7 or king c7. And it's gonna be a draw. Okay, so Murli Karthikeyan is also holding the game. With it, this also is ended almost in a draw. I think they have not yet updated. And Harsha Bharat Koti after knight b4 is winning. So white to play. He goes knight d4. Good move. If Harsha would have gone c7, that was a blunder because of knight d5 check. And that's the only move which was not a good move in that position. He goes knight d4 here. Black to play. Right now f5 is attacked, so mostly he will give a check there. But oh my god, look who we have. Awesome.
Is Prag versus Nihal done?
Oh really? Yeah. Draw हो गया.
Oh.
We agreed at a
तो
point.
उधर फोटो डाल दो ना उनका.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized it 30 seconds ago that the camera is gone. And we will also look at we will look at the standings as well. But it's the last
They
game.
drew, huh? Prag was pressing a bit, right?
Yeah, but eventually Nihal could have slightly pressed it in a way. So King B7. Yeah, now Knight F5 and C7 is in the air. What do you do? Time to resign.
But Knight F5, King E6.
No, white to play, black to play right now.
Yeah. झुक जाएगा.
Yeah, what does he do now?
Knight E7,
C7. He goes King C5.
Okay. Maybe.
Oh, can you play Knight F5 right now? Or
yes,
no?
why not?
You can.
But maybe
what is the strongest move?
Think about Knight.
Knight B3 and Knight A5.
King A5?
No, for Knight B3, what are you playing?
Knight B3, King B4. Knight A5, King A5, C7, Knight C7, King C7. King A4.
Nice little king pawn endgame. Awesome. That's awesome.
Let's show that.
Please show.
Knight B3, King B4, Knight A5, King A5, C7, Knight C7, King C7, King A4, King D6, King B4, King E6, King here, take this, King here, take this, King here, F5, and wins.
Awesome. So King C5. Maybe this is the last game, right?
What happened today to other results? I think you were just telling them, right? But there are too many draws, right, happening. Oh, Aryan Chopra beat Arjun Erigaisi.
Yeah, that is a big upset, by the way.
Wow. Can you show me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's first.
Yeah, maybe you can do the roundup. No, later we can show the standings.
You can go, by the way, if you want to eat.
I want to show the standings.
How will you show?
I have arranged for it.
From?
I can arrange for it. What from? It's so easy to get it in OBS.
How?
I will teach you. Obi-Wan will teach you. King C5. अरे खत्म हो गया क्या?
Some voice is coming.
Harika winning. Harika OP. किधर? No, this year. Our commentary. Some voice is coming.
Maybe you have kept some
No. अभी कुछ तो end हुआ क्या? अपनी stream end हुई क्या? ओ अपने को आ रहा है बेबी. सिर्फ desktop audio is muted.
हाँ अपने को ही आ रहा है, but from where is it going on?
Whoever it is, I don't know. In the meantime, I'll show the standings. Actually, if you can, it doesn't matter. If you can ignore that for a while, it's the last minute and I can bring the standings. That would be good.
Closed it. Close up.
So I will bring the standings. 1 second. Played King C5. Thinking.
No, he played, I think, Amrita.
What?
He played.
Oh my god, he's messed up.
No, I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever play King A7.
Acha, you are saying that this is a error. Yeah, should be an error. Maybe even he resigned also. So King B4 has been played.
Why would he resign?
Why would he play King A7 for sure?
No, but why would he play Knight? Why didn't he play Knight B3, Knight A5? It looked such a clean win, right?
Yeah, he played Knight F5, King B4, but King A7 cannot be possible. Let's check here for a minute then. Because the only drawing move, which is King A4, which is obvious, right? For him,
for sure.
King A4.
DGT error, I think, for sure.
DGT error.
Vidit drew today again? Or lost?
Drew. He drew. He really tried too much.
Against?
Kobalia. No, it's not error saying chess star. Okay, next move will
What?
explain. Next move.
Oh, he played king
Oh,
a7.
he played king a7. Oh my goodness. Oh, he had 3 seconds, Sagar. He must have just made a
No,
move.
he made 3 moves, maybe knight e3.
Acha.
But I think he has missed
Okay, if knight e3, then there is winning.
King b5 is now the only move. But let's say king b5, king b7. He even loses knight e3, c7. Oh, knight c4. Knight c4 and knight d6.
Oh my god, and this just rolls.
Oh, king b5. Aditya finds it. Unbelievable.
If Harsha loses this, it's going to
No,
be
no,
like
he
one of
won't
the
lose.
biggest blunders
He won't lose.
we are seeing.
But I can't believe that Harsha Bharatkoti messed this up. I hope Aditya and Niklesh are recording this endgame.
Yeah.
I can't believe that he played king a7. Amruta.
Okay,
Take,
yeah,
take,
exactly.
knight
We thought
f6.
it's an error, na? Matlab, why will you play?
Or maybe
Sometimes
he's
pressure does that
calculated
to you.
this. But this is an easy draw now. a4. You have to rush
What
with
has
your
he
knight.
missed?
a3. Knight c3. And then just go here and pick up this pawn.
Oh my god, crazy, crazy. Guy doing stuff says, I bought the attacking course with Gukesh and I'm really enjoying going through the games and thinking about what I could be playing in those positions. Any more youth appearances in the future? Yes, we will bring the youth appearances for sure if you are enjoying this.
Yes, also Vidit came recently to our studio, then Surya Ganguly came. So we are working on many things.
Yes. Oh my god.
He
This
played.
is a
No,
mess.
1 second. The thing is,
Okay.
if
Yes.
we go back and try to understand his logic here, king c5, knight f5, king b4, he could not. Okay, got it. If he played knight e3 here, he didn't like because take c7 and now knight f5, good move, threatening knight e7, and if you queen, then knight d6 and you win.
Correct.
So
No, but
in
why did
order
he
to-
not keep the king on b6 for the same thing? Because knight d5 check and knight c7 was a
No,
problem.
king can't come, no, on b6.
Arey, हाँ, here to knight is on d5.
And so
he
could have
played
won
king
b8
a6.
or
At least king a6, no, because a5 pe attack hai. Or it doesn't really matter. Was king a6 also drawing? Just like to know. Yeah, it's also the same. So king a6 and king a7 were the same. Oh, so it was possible to go for that, Sagar.
king a7. He wanted to go knight
Yeah,
e3.
I mean,
But I
with
think
common sense,
he
yes.
missed king b5.
Ah,
Maybe.
backward move is
Or
always
he
the move which
he missed king b7, knight e3, c7 and knight c4. And it's a draw now, guys. It's a draw.
Oh, the game ended in a draw.
This is a perfect case of how life is unfair.
I know. Unbelievable, yeah. Aditya, I mean, you stay on and on and on, and in night end games, anything can happen in some way. Crazy. Worth watching it. Okay, I'll show the standings then if all the games are over. Once again.
Not a genius.
Once again. अरे
But there is no
इसको
standing.
सिलेक्ट ही क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
रुक मैं करता हूँ. So many
Exactly.
layers you have created in my life.
I thought you have created for yourself in your life.
So what to do now? Because
one
results
second.
have not come.
But results have not come. They've come, no?
Yeah.
At least
They are
this week.
entering now.
Okay, Prag. First 7 boards ended in draw.
So Aryan joins the leaders.
Oh, Aryan.
So
joined.
there are
Even
there are 4
Arvind is-
leaders.
Huh?
Ju, Venjun, Prag, Nihal, Amin, and Aryan joins them. And in these games, were there any more decisive results?
In 2,
Till
na?
2 points.
Wait, I was only following Indian games. So Narayanan
Wait,
drew.
let me tell you. There is Samuel Savian, Vladislav Kovalev, Haik Martirosyan. So yes, now there are, and Neil Darda. There are many leaders now. Seturaman lost.
Yeah.
पूरे टूर्नामेंट में कितने सारे ड्रॉ है ना, लाइक यू हैव लाइक 5 decisive 10 decisive results, 27 draws.
Imagine if draw is not allowed, तो फिर क्या ही होगा. But you can't avoid it. That's the problem.
Yeah, 9 rounds will be there, I think. Yeah, 9 round event, right?
If the rule is like if whoever is left with one piece
9 rounds.
extra wins, and they say कि no, it's not a draw anymore.
Yeah. What about Gukesh? Did he play well?
Oh my, Sagar, I have to ask one question. Wait, can you close your eyes?
Yes, sure. I'll see that.
Close your eyes for a moment. For a moment, dream of me. I will just, until that time. 1 second.
Oh!
What happened?
Oh, I just dreamt of you.
अच्छा मारा क्या मैंने तुमको? Okay, so bishop e7. Okay, black to play.
Gukesh is black. He seems to be in a great position. Okay, firstly, rook g2, king g2, queen g4, king h1, knight d4, bishop d4, bishop f3, bishop f3, queen f3, king g1, rook g8. That is lost. So rook g2, king g2, king g. Rook g2, king h1.
Yeah, exactly. But you found, I think what you found, why you found it is because you got into the right variation in the first track itself. Like after king h1, your knight e5 also seems the most natural, because in the game many
No,
times
but then
knight
he can
e5
pin
was
it,
always
no?
the move.
Queen f4.
Ah, wow. Too good, yeah? Exactly. This was such a beautiful finish, right?
Yeah. Gukesh didn't
Missed.
find.
No, he missed it.
It's unbelievable for me.
It's very unbelievable because the whole
But
game.
he had less time, no?
4 minutes, yeah, around 4 minutes. But yeah, that's what I think it was missed. So this is not going to be easy for him, actually, when he finds out that he's missed it in a way. Well, done. So Sagar, how was today for you?
Today was insane. We had so many people who came to the club today.
Huh?
We had close to 200 people who
Oh
came.
my goodness.
There were more than 120-30 people who enrolled to solve the sheets. There were so many who played games. It was like more than 120 people inside that area. It was amazing, unbelievable actually. And I
And then
think
though even a lot of people walking in the malls would also join, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
also already when you see a crowd, you want to see, अरे क्या हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है?
absolutely. And also the thing is, we also got the kids from the children's home where we teach chess every Saturday, the orphanage, and they came there. We had close to 4 kids. We had 4 kids who came there, and they came, they learned, they had fun, they ate food which was like burger or something. So they had a good time. So
Wow, so okay, so nice, amazing.
yeah. Today we had one boy who had finished 32 sheets, become volunteer. He was 10 years old, so we had the youngest volunteer.
Wow.
He was roaming around teaching people.
Oh, so cute.
I mean, if any one of you are in Mumbai, please do come visit us. Actually, it's a very unique thing that's happening, and it's filled with lot of energy, lot of positive energy, because everyone's ready to share there. Everyone's ready to teach, learn. Different types of people coming in. It's a beautiful place.
Amazing. Iconic Clasher says, sir, I'm playing chess from 3 years and rated 2100. I think online. Can you tell me how to start a career in chess? I've never played a single physical game in my life.
Where do you live? And maybe just identify one tournament that you want to play, either from AICF website or ChessBase India calendar, and then say that I want to play this, and then pay the entry fee and go there. You will get your rating, and from there on you can begin your career. Arjun had a good position, Amrita. Queen
Yeah.
G5 के जगह उसने Knight F4 खेला. Okay,
This was.
how did he lose this?
Yeah. No, G3. Okay, here actually G3 was a very good move, and it was not easy to keep the queen to B4, but that was important. Queen B4 was a very important move.
Got
This is now in a way it is lost, strategically.
I am very surprised
very
that Bishop
difficult.
H3 cannot be taken.
No, E6 is always a problem.
E6, Bishop, Queen E7.
Oh, Bishop H7 है क्या? Couldn't really.
Take and Queen H2 is the pointer. Because otherwise, I think Arjun might have expected him to save this pawn, like king, instead of F4, something like king G2 or H2. But then F2 is hanging, and king G2 could be met with D4. Perhaps this is what Arjun had under his sleeve. And so he missed F4. Aryan's F4 is a great move. F5. Sometimes Arjun just underestimates his opponent's possibilities, huh?
No, but Aryan played and kept his solidity, over there. He just never lost that control, even once.
Yeah.
So,
Great game.
absolutely. James Conway asks, how old are the kids? Here in the Phoenix, like, there is no age barrier, so kids are from 3 years old to whatever.
Maybe from
But from orphanage, they are all different.
11 to 11-year-old, one kid was, then 12-year-old, two were that, and one was 15-year-old. Harika blundered a queen. Amrita, Harika blundered a queen.
Oh my god. Is it? No, maybe not true. I don't believe.
Could be. Why would they lie?
Hey, close mat karna, but you can open another window if you want. Don't close this, because the analysis will be lost.
Hey, I'm not closing.
Iconic Clashes says, I need more explanation. You have to play. For you, I think Sagar guided to play a tournament, right? Because there have been people who have been not playing online, like who have been playing only online, and they have had this kind of dreams ki they will play on the board only when they know they can get this much rating, or minimum this rating. But it's a lot different. It's like how much ever you will learn to drive theoretically, रास्ते पे चलाना फिर भी अलग ही रहता है. है ना?
Did Vidit get any chances or not really? No, he was pressing, no? Slightly.
Yeah, slight advantage was always there, but it was like never enough to convert if Kobalia would play fine.
Wow. Kobalia played well, that means.
Yeah, Kobalia was just right at his, the defenses. Because I don't think it is easy when Vidit is trying so hard to
Yeah,
convert and to defend with black against
amazing.
2700. Not easy. Guys, doing Sira fast, Sagar, when you were studying to around FM level, how did you practice calculation so you could really think every move in these long games? Sagar used to read, one thing I'll definitely say, he used to read books quite a lot. While traveling anywhere, brushing, he would keep reading, thinking, calculating. That is definitely one of the thing for sure. But of course, you can add more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the question was.
How did you practice calculation so you could really think every move in these long games when you were around it? FM means what? Men's FM means 2200 level, no?
2300. No, I think the
23.
main thing which really helped me was solving a lot of books.
And dating me.
Huh? There were a few books which I read kind of religiously, very with lot of effort, which was about calculation.
Jacob Agar's
Jacob Agat's
calculation when
Practical
his,
Chess Defense, then Calculation, Dvoretsky's books, Imagination in Chess, then this one, Olokitin book,
perfect your chess.
Perfect Your Chess. And all of these have like around, if you add them all together, you will get around 2000, 3000 positions. And I have solved each one of them carefully, trying to
Yeah,
think.
by the way, he used to write his answers.
But the main
also.
thing was to just make my brain think. I think that was a big change. It was told to me by Srinath at some point that the most important thing is to keep your mind working all the time. And if you see such a position, let's say like this, you must start thinking, what if I play here rook d2, what will happen? Okay, d3, if I push f6, what's happening? Basically, constantly, if you think, calculate, you're bound to improve. Okay, so that ends the day, Amruta,
Yeah.
for me.
And for me also, thank you so much everyone who stayed back, 250 people until the end. We had in between a very random stream ended. It was very random. There was no disconnect, there was no lag. And I'm talking and talking and don't even know. And suddenly I'm seeing here abrupt something like that. And I will see the stream has ended. And that day also same thing happened. So you may have to figure something out what the issue is.
Got it. We'll see.
But today I didn't panic. First day I panicked. So I think
That's good.
So I think it's good test for me when it ends like that. So yeah, okay, guys.
Thank you.
Take care and see you tomorrow.
See you guys. Bye bye.
And thanks to organizers and Aditya and Niklesh who were able to help, get this footage for us today, and it was a lot more fun with that.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.